I mean, they were like sacred people, I tell you. Holy people. They worshipped Mother. They worshipped Mother Earth. Nothing else. And I asked this lady, why do you worship Mother Earth? She said, she gives us everything. She is a just mother. We live in the jungles. She looks after us. And she is the most conscious person. He knows that we are there and she has to look after us. Even to take out some leaves from the trees, they used to think about. But then the missionaries came, they converted them, they gave them skirts and blouses, I don't know what all they did. But Gahanabai did not. She said, what is this? Why should I wear a dress like this where the whole body is exposed? No, I'll wear a sari. I can never do. Why should I wear this kind of a useless dress? But when they met with this so-called advanced people, so many of them started living like that. They said, you have no freedom. You are just bound by something, But actually, they were bound by the sacredness, by the divine understanding. And then they started changing. She was all right, her husband was all right, but her son started drinking. This is the beginning of the end. Then gambling. And all other sorts of things he started. And her grandson started going to prostitutes. And the idea was only that we are free. What's wrong? Now these primordial taboos are in you, built in. They are. These are existing maybe in a potential state. Maybe you have curbed them down. Maybe you have turned them out. But they are there. All the time they are there. And that's what we say, that you are leaving the maryadas. Or else we say that you are insulting Shri Ganesha. So when Mother created this universe, first deity was Shri Ganesha. Auspiciousness was created. Now we don't understand what is auspiciousness. Auspiciousness is a complete understanding of primordial restrictions and also of the protocol. For example, in India, we all used to do that. Though I was in a Christian family, that before touching the Mother Earth, getting up from the bed, we used to say, "Oh Mother Earth, please forgive us, because we are touching you with our feet." So respect for the Mother Earth and for nature is built in within us. It's part and parcel. We are part and parcel of this whole, we can call it a whole universe. But when you get into this nonsensical idea of freedom, then you are leaving your Mother Earth. Your gravity itself reduces. This Mother Earth has to teach us. While we are plundering, now there's everything, ecology, people are trying. Whatever is outside is also inside. If you want to exploit your mother inside, or if you want to trouble your mother inside, you can also trouble this Mother Earth. Now what has replaced our understanding is very simple, is that we are paying more attention to money. If you can cut a tree, say, to get money, then it is hurting the mother. But if you are cutting a tree for beautifying her, then she is happy. Her discretion is so great. See the way she produces flowers. Different types of flowers. In different countries, different types of flowers. Like me, I saw in my country that flowers are extremely fragrant, very fragrant. And she understands so much. Once I went to Australia, and this flower we call hibiscus, it's a red flower, which becomes pink and then red. Imagine, it becomes first pink and then gradually it becomes red. Even the sunflower goes on turning its face with the sun. Now how can you say there is no connection between a sunflower and the sun? Automatically it goes on changing. So these hibiscus flowers are the flowers which we use to worship Shri Ganesha. And the program was to worship Shri Ganesha. On the way I saw so many trees of hibiscus just flowering. I said, at this time so many flowers I see. I said, I think you better get these flowers for the puja. And when I arrived in the hall, all the Sahajogis had bought hibiscus on their own. I never talked to them, just on their own. They didn't know that it is to be used for Shri Ganesha. The Mother Earth herself created at that time. This is the time of Shri Ganesha when you should get hibiscus. It's very remarkable how the nature is so much within us, and how this whatever is within us guides outside and receives the blessings. We are not something separate. This Mother Earth is our home. We have a home in her and she has a home within us. I said today that for Shri Ganesha, he had the body of the clay, just ordinary. So you can imagine, you can really think of it, how this whole universe has created us. All of it is within us. And when we try to hurt something, then we are hurting ourselves. The intelligence of Mother Earth I have seen from my childhood. It's such a beautiful thing to know the nature and the Mother Earth. That's why all the saints in India especially used to go and live in the forest. Only in the forest you could see clearly how this primordial bondage was absolutely obeyed naturally by the nature. For us it is difficult. We are rather free people. So simple things like a woman should be always covered properly. in her body, because she respects her body. She respects her chastity. But if you tell this to somebody, they won't listen. As you see the evergreens, they are always glad. No leaf drop falls on. I call them as the females. And the other trees, deciduous, they do lose their leaves. So I call them as men. Because they are men. Here the other way round, I have seen, if I used to go to any party, some or other they thought I was a very serene person. You meet somebody immediately, the man will button up himself. And the women will open themselves. So the whole brain from here has gone to this side and this one has come this side. It's so stupid. But even Mrs. Thatcher this said that it is our culture that women must expose their body. What? Are they prostitutes or what? So its craze of exposure of body has become so strong now that even in India, if not on the streets or in the household, but in the cinema films, you see women. Really, this never happens in India. What you see in the films never happens. If they start wearing dresses like that, so many people will throw stones on. Then all other sorts of, I shouldn't say clumsy, but very grotesque thing happen, like, I can't understand, man having relation with man, woman having relation with woman, and children and this and that and that. We didn't know this in India, didn't know. Why is it happened here? I don't think 50 years back they used to do that also in these countries. Why we have given up our sense of shame and this kind of nonsense that has come into us. I think must be some bhoots in them or badhas in them or something horrible, but this is absolutely unnatural, absurd. Then a married man having eyes on unmarried women and unmarried men are having relations. All kinds of things people. You won't believe this doesn't happen in India. Really, I tell you, it is now sort of spread out, but still I would say in good families, don't have it. Somebody told me there's AIDS in India. Yes, because they take bath in the river. If they stop taking bath in the river, this will stop. I was a medical student, I have studied, and I came from a very open family. I never knew these things that men can do. I mean, it's stupid. Even in the lunatic asylum in India, we have never heard of such reports. This is